It's really interesting this time around.
Mm-hmm.
You've given us all this stuff about deepening your connection with the divine.
Right.
But it seems like you're looking for something a little bit beyond just, the typical Sunday service routine.
Yeah, I think what's so fascinating about this source,
Yeah.
13 daily actions to feel God's presence in your life that few know about.
Mm-hmm.
It really emphasizes that spirituality isn't just about specific locations or rituals.
Right.
It's really more about finding those everyday moments where we connect with something bigger.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, even just the title, 13 Daily Actions, it sounds almost like a secret society initiation or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're about to unlock some hidden wisdom here.
Right.
Okay, so the first action this source suggests is letter writing.
Okay.
And I got to be honest with you, my first reaction was like, wait a minute, who even writes letters anymore?
Yeah.
But the way they're presenting it here, it's less about formal correspondence and more like having this intimate conversation with God.
Exactly. It's almost like journaling, but
Yeah.
instead of just processing your thoughts and emotions,
Yeah.
you're actually directing them to a higher power.
Right.
And putting pen to paper, especially, the source mentions first thing in the morning,
Yeah?
can be just an incredibly powerful way to clarify your intentions for the day
Oh, I see.
and reflect on your spiritual journey.
I can see that. And they even talk about keeping these letters, creating kind of like a spiritual diary.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine looking back years later and seeing how your relationship with the divine has evolved over time.
It's a beautiful image, and it really emphasizes the idea of growth
Right.
within a spiritual framework. The source also talks about how you can actually share this practice
Okay.
with friends or family,
I see.
creating a deeper connection through shared faith and reflection.
That's a good idea. Okay, so that's letter writing.
Right.
The next action is silent meals. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about this one, to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
Part of me is kind of intimidated by the thought of complete silence.
Yeah.
But the other part of me is really intrigued by this idea of slowing down, really savoring each bite, appreciating the nourishment that we receive.
It really is about being completely present in the moment,
Yeah.
practicing mindfulness in a very tangible way.
Right.
The source even suggests incorporating this before or after reading scripture,
Uh-huh.
allowing for a deeper absorption of spiritual teachings. And, silence doesn't have to be isolating.
Right.
Imagine a family dinner where everyone is connected through that quiet reflection,
Oh, wow.
their shared faith, creating that sense of unity.
That is a powerful shift in perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, it really transforms something ordinary,
Mm-hmm.
like having a meal into something almost sacred.
Right.
Okay, so from mindful eating, we move into the realm of dream journaling.
Ooh, dreams.
I've always been fascinated by dreams.
I do.
All the symbolism and,
Yeah.
the hidden meanings. And,
There's a reason why they've been a source of spiritual interpretation for centuries.
Absolutely.
I mean, the source even compares this to Daniel interpreting dreams in the Bible,
Oh, wow.
implying that our own dreams might hold messages from the divine.
Okay, so if our dreams are like messages,
Yeah.
how do we decode them?
Well, the source suggests paying attention to recurring themes or patterns in your dreams.
I see.
And by journaling them,
Mm-hmm.
you can start to recognize these patterns
Right.
and explore what they might be revealing about your subconscious
Okay.
or your spiritual path.
So it's almost like our own personal dream dictionary.
Exactly.
We're creating. Okay, now the next action is faith declarations.
Okay.
And what I like about this is the sense of empowerment it brings.
Right.
It's almost like setting intentions for the day,
Mm-hmm.
but with a spiritual focus.
There's actually a psychological basis for this.
Is there really?
Affirmations, especially when spoken aloud, can
Mm.
actually influence our subconscious mind and ultimately shape our actions. So by declaring your faith,
Right.
you're not just expressing a belief, but you're actually aligning your thoughts and actions with that belief.
That's really interesting. It's like we're programming ourselves for positivity and spiritual growth.
Yeah.
All right, get ready for this one because it gets pretty visually exciting.
Okay.
Guided visualization.
Ooh.
The source describes it as almost like stepping into a biblical movie,
Wow.
like walking the dusty roads of Jerusalem or witnessing miracles firsthand.
It's about using your imagination as a tool
Uh-huh.
for deeper understanding and empathy.
Okay.
The source gives an example of visualizing the birth of Jesus
Right.
to gain new insights into humility and hope.
I see.
It's not just about seeing the event.
Right.
It's about connecting with it on an emotional level.
Okay, so it's like an immersive experience where you're not just reading about history, but you're almost like living it.
Exactly.
And I can imagine, like in a faith group setting, the kinds of discussions that you could have, sharing individual visualizations and the unique insights that each person gains.
Absolutely. It adds a whole new dimension to spiritual exploration.
For sure.
Huh.
Okay, let's ground ourselves a bit, literally,
Okay.
with the next action, spiritual breathing.
Okay.
This is something that anyone can do anywhere, anytime.
Right.
It's about consciously focusing on your breath, visualizing each inhale, bringing in peace, and each exhale releasing stress.
Yeah. The source actually connects this to ancient practices like pranayama in yoga,
Right.
emphasizing that connection between mind, body, and spirit.
You could even personalize it, like incorporating spiritual affirmations or Bible verses with each breath.
That's a great point. It's about infusing each breath with intention and meaning,
Right.
turning something as basic as respiration into a spiritual practice.
I like that. Okay, so from individual practice, we move into a more communal setting
Right.
with testimony nights.
Testimony nights.
This is where people come together to share their personal stories of faith, strength, and overcoming challenges.
The source really emphasizes creating a safe and supportive environment for these stories to be shared.
Right.
It's about acknowledging that everyone has a unique journey and that we can learn and draw strength from each other's experiences.
I mean, imagine the power of hearing someone's heartfelt story of resilience.
Right.
Or the impact you could have by sharing your own vulnerabilities and triumphs.
It's a beautiful reminder that we're not alone on our spiritual paths.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about prayer with music.
Oh, I love this one.
Music has this amazing ability to transcend language
Yes.
and evoke deep emotions.
It really does.
The source suggests that incorporating music into prayer can actually enhance its emotional impact, acting as a bridge to the spiritual realm.
Think about how certain melodies or harmonies can stir your soul
Oh, yeah.
or evoke a sense of awe.
Right.
And by weaving those sounds into prayer, you're adding another layer of meaning and connection.
It's like those melodies are carrying your words, your hopes, and your intentions heavenward.
Beautiful. The source also encourages exploring different genres of music
Oh, okay.
and finding what resonates with you personally.
So it's not about sticking to traditional hymns if that's not your style.
Right.
It's about finding the music that speaks to your soul and using it to deepen your connection with the divine.
Exactly.
Okay, next up we have purification rituals.
Okay.
This is about symbolic cleansing, both physically and spiritually.
The source mentions examples like herbal baths and smudging with incense,
Right.
tying these practices to ancient traditions found in various cultures.
It's fascinating how these rituals can mark transitions in our lives or simply be a way to create intentionality in our spiritual practices.
Imagine sharing these rituals with your faith community.
Oh, yeah.
It could be a really powerful way to bond and support one another
Right.
on your spiritual journeys.
Okay, for our next action, let's step outside and explore the idea of meditation walks in sacred places.
I love this.
This is about finding stillness amidst movement, connecting with nature, and perhaps even with history.
The source really emphasizes this idea of pilgrimage,
Right.
of each step being a mindful movement towards deeper connection. It could be a walk in the woods, a labyrinth, or even a historical site that holds spiritual significance.
I love the idea of feeling the weight of history and the presence of the divine in every step.
Because like each footstep becomes a prayer.
Exactly. It's about finding that sacredness in the everyday, those places that move us and inspire a sense of awe and wonder.
Beautiful.
All right, let's tap into the power of storytelling
Okay.
with biblical storytelling sessions.
Storytelling.
This isn't just about reading scripture. It's about bringing those ancient stories to life and making them relevant to modern audiences.
The source highlights the importance of engagement,
Right.
using visuals, encouraging participation, and sparking discussions. It's not about passively listening.
Right.
It's about actively connecting with the text and finding meaning within those ancient narratives.
So imagine witnessing a biblical story come to life through dramatic retelling or the insights that could emerge from a lively discussion about its applications to modern life.
It's a reminder that these stories are timeless.
Yeah.
And continue to speak to us across generations.
Absolutely. Okay, let's shift our focus to something positive.
Right.
With group gratitude practices. This is all about acknowledging the good in our lives, big and small.
Right.
And sharing that gratitude with others.
The Source presents this as an antidote to negativity. It's about intentionally focusing on what we're thankful for,
right,
and creating a ripple effect of positivity within a group setting.
They even suggest creating a gratitude wall or book.
Oh, wow.
Like a tangible record of shared blessings.
It's a great way to shift the collective focus from lack to abundance.
Right.
And uplift one another through shared appreciation.
Okay, last but certainly not least, we have sacred art as meditation.
Ooh, sacred art.
This is a visually rich path to spiritual connection, using art as a focal point for contemplation and reflection.
The Source emphasizes taking the time to really absorb the details.
Yeah.
The symbolism and the emotions conveyed in a piece of art that resonates with you.
It's not just about passive observation. The Source also encourages the creation of your own sacred art.
Exactly. Imagine expressing your faith and connection to the divine through painting, sculpting, or any other artistic medium that calls to you.
It's like channeling those spiritual energies into a tangible creation, something you can share with others, or simply cherish as a personal expression of your faith.
Beautiful.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From letter writing and silent meals to dream journaling and guided visualization. We've explored a whole spectrum of actions designed to deepen our connection with the divine.
And it's clear that there's something here for everyone.
Absolutely. No matter your background or beliefs.
Right.
This Source offers a diverse and inspiring toolkit for anyone seeking to cultivate a more meaningful and fulfilling spiritual life.
The key takeaway for me is that spirituality isn't something separate from our lives.
Right.
It's something we can integrate into our everyday experiences.
Absolutely. It's about finding those moments of grace, those glimpses of the divine that we find in the most unexpected places.
And remember, it's a journey, not a destination.
Right.
It's about continually seeking, exploring, and allowing our faith to evolve over time.
It's about embracing the mystery, the wonder, the awe that comes with connecting to something larger than ourselves, something that transcends our individual understanding.
So if the divine is present in every moment, interwoven into the fabric of our existence, what small action will you take today to make that presence more tangible, more real, more meaningful in your own life?
That's a question we leave you with today.
What small step can you take on your unique spiritual journey to uncover the divine in the everyday?
And remember, you are not alone on this path. We are all seekers, all on a journey of discovery.
Right.
And within that shared experience, we find connection, meaning, and a deeper understanding of the divine.
Absolutely. It's amazing, isn't it, how this Source, 13 Daily Actions to Feel God's Presence in Your Life that few know about, offers all these different approaches, like...
I know, it's wild.
From writing letters to having those testimony nights, it's a lot.
It really is like a spiritual toolbox.
You know, it is, with all these different ways you can connect with the divine.
Different instruments.
Exactly. And, you know, the best part is you can choose the ones that work for you.
Right.
You know, the practices that resonate and make it your own thing.
Totally personalize it.
Yeah, make it fit your personality and your lifestyle.
I do think, though, that to make it work, you got to be consistent.
Oh, absolutely. You can't just try it once and expect miracles.
Right. Like, make these actions a regular part of your life.
You got to create that rhythm of spiritual engagement.
Like a habit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, of course, that rhythm's going to be different for everybody. Like, you might love the quiet time with those silent meals.
Right.
But someone else might need that energy from the group gratitude.
Yeah, it's about finding what feeds your soul.
Exactly what helps you feel that connection to something bigger.
Right.
And don't forget, what works for you today might change as you grow.
That's true. I never thought about it like that.
So you got to stay open to new experiences.
Right.
Because that connection to the divine is there all the time.
It's not like we have to go searching for it.
It's in every moment.
We just have to learn how to see it.
To feel it in our lives.
I love that. It's not about looking outside of ourselves.
It's about finding that divine spark within.
That's beautiful.
And these practices, they help us nurture that connection.
Let it grow.
Yeah, let it shine and light up our lives.
We've gone through a lot so far.
We have from the quiet stuff to the really expressive things.
And from doing things on our own to connecting with others.
And what's so cool is that this Source, 13 Daily Actions, doesn't tell you what to do. It just invites you to try things out.
To experiment.
Yeah, and see what feels right.
It's like going on a spiritual adventure.
It is, with every action taking you deeper.
and helping you understand more.
Exactly. And that adventure can be as simple as grabbing a pen and paper and pouring your heart out to God.
Or going on a pilgrimage.
Walking a sacred route.
Feeling that presence with every step.
It's all about finding those moments.
Those practices.
Yeah, the things that make the divine feel real.
That you can actually touch it.
Present in our lives.
And what's so cool is that it affects other people too.
It does when you share your journey with someone.
Or that feeling of connection from group gratitude.
Right, we're all connected.
It shows we're not alone.
We're all part of this big tapestry.
Woven together by faith.
And in that tapestry, we find strength.
We support each other.
We inspire each other.
We help each other through the tough stuff.
Exactly. These practices aren't about being perfect.
Thank goodness.
It's about growing and connecting.
They're all works in progress.
Right, always evolving.
It's about progress, not perfection.
You got it. And that journey can be so amazing.
Full of surprises.
Yeah, moments of awe and wonder.
And insights that change you.
It's about being open to the divine.
Seeing it in ways you never thought possible.
So we've looked at 13 actions that help us feel God's presence.
And they can make our communities stronger.
Create bonds between people.
Build that sense of shared faith.
It's not meant to be a solo mission.
Right. Spirituality is about sharing.
I think what's so great about this source is that it doesn't force anything on you.
It doesn't say this is the only way.
It shows there are many paths to the divine.
So many ways to connect with something bigger.
And that's what makes it so inspiring.
It celebrates everyone's journey.
And recognizes what we all share. And that journey of trying new things can be amazing.
Yeah, it can open your eyes to new possibilities.
It can change how you see the world.
And how you experience your faith.
So as we get to the end here, what's really resonated with you?
Yeah, what's grabbed your attention?
Hold on. What felt familiar?
What made you think, yeah, that's me?
What small step can you see yourself taking today?
To make that action a part of your life.
To make it part of your own spiritual journey.
We've really been given like this map to find sacredness in everyday life.
And you don't have to do anything crazy.
Right.
No huge gestures or trips to special places.
It's about finding the extraordinary right here in the ordinary.
Seeing the divine in the mundane.
Like, I never thought eating in silence could be spiritual.
Right.
Or that dreams could be messages from God.
It's all about changing how we look at things.
Seeing the world with faith.
Recognizing the spiritual potential in everything we do.
This source makes it clear that getting closer to God takes effort.
It's not just going to happen on its own.
It takes real intention and mindfulness.
Choosing to make our spiritual growth a priority.
Making it part of our lives.
Weaving it into everything we do.
I'm really inspired by this source, 13 Daily Actions, to feel God's presence in your life that few know about. It gives us real tools, things we can actually do.
Actionable steps.
To make our faith real.
To feel it in our lives.
It shows that spirituality isn't separate from our lives.
It's part of everything we do.
All those moments of grace.
Those glimpses of the divine.
In the most unexpected places.
And it's a journey, not a destination.
Right. We're always growing.
Always exploring.
Letting our faith change over time. Embracing the mystery.
The wonder.
The awe.
Of connecting with something bigger than ourselves.
Something we can't fully understand.
So if God is with us all the time, in every moment,
like part of everything,
what can you do today
to feel that presence?
To make it real.
To give it meaning in your life. That's what we want you to think about.
What step will you take on your journey?
To uncover the divine in the everyday.
Remember, you're not alone on this path.
We're all searching.
We're all discovering.
And in that journey, we connect.
We find meaning.
We understand God a little bit better.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We'll see you next time.